So recently I've been getting asked to talk about myself and what I'm like, and that's something I'm going to do in this video, specifically about the kind of thoughts that I have and the way my mind works. Let's do it. So there's a Catholic church that's closing down near my house, and I walked past it as they were taking things out of it and putting it into moving vans and things. And one of the things they were taking out was the confession box. As I saw this confession box being put in the van, all I could think of was, wow, inside that tiny box is just years upon years upon years of just guilt, shame, regret, and people just telling their darkest secrets. All this shame that's just being condensed into one tiny confined space, and all I could think of when I saw that box was just how great it would be if I took it and turned it into a public glory hole booth. Now for those of you who don't know what a glory hole is, I'm not going to tell you because Alex Day's already done it, and I really don't want to ruin that innocence that you have. Now to everybody else who does know what a glory hole is, who are angry at me for taking such a sanctimonious object and wanting to turn it into a place of public fornication, just think about the irony that is involved in turning a confession box into a glory hole booth. Because the kind of activities that go on in the glory hole are the exact same activities that people go to a confession box to confess about. So turning a confession box into a place that people used to use as a place to confess their sins about the very things that they're now doing in that place is just brilliant. When you think about it, all a confession box is a place that people go to feel shame, guilt and regret. And all a glory hole is a place that people go to experience shame, guilt and regret. So is it really that big a change? Now I know what you're thinking, but this video is only going to get worse. Now whilst we're talking about confession, I recently downloaded the Roman Catholic Confession app on the iPhone. Now for those of you who don't know what this is, it is literally an app where you can go to confession anytime that you want. And it was actually the Pope's idea to use technology to reach a younger audience, and I can only imagine how that must have gone down. The Pope would have been doing his popey thing with his godly popiness when he said to all of his bishops and cardinals that they needed to attract a younger audience through technology, to which they would have said that they thought that was a brilliant idea. So the Pope would have been all like, right, it's settled, we will use the internet and social networking to reach younger people. Someone, quick, make us a MySpace account. And then this horrific sense of awkwardness would have transcended all across the Vatican as all the cardinals looked at each other, wondering who would have to be the one to tell the Pope that he's behind the times and that MySpace is no longer used. But anyway, eventually they caught the Pope up to speed on what was happening on the internet, and they made an iPhone app. Now I personally think that this app is fantastic, because it now means that next time you have a wank, you don't have to go all the way down to the church to get rid of your guilt. You can just do it straight away. And hey, if you were watching porn on your phone, you can go from porn to confession in less than 3 thumb movements, which is just fantastic. Now my mind, bearing in mind that we all know how fucked up my mind is now, so keep that in your mind, first thing I thought of was, you can be doing confession whilst you're doing anything. You could be having gay bum sex whilst you're going to confession. Now that is a level of sinful, esoteric, hypocritical irony that would turn even the most celibate of nuns wet. That's too far, isn't it? Yeah, you see, this is the problem. I can never tell how well something's going to go down until I've uploaded it. So I have to kind of guess and leave out the things that I think are just too far. Now this means that if you're watching this video right now and I decided to upload this ungodly filth, that means that I think that you are so morally bankrupt that you'll find the idea of a horny 87-year-old celibate nun funny. Oh, did I not mention that she was 87? Oh, well she is, so yeah. I was just trying to think of a way in which I could end this video, and there's just no real way in which I can, yeah. I'll see you next week.